All right. Okay, so we are back once again to have our conversations with uh, Reverend King, who is the candidate, ready to have some conversations with us here on Electra James Inspirational Talks. Want to say once again, Reverend King, that it's awesome to have you to come and take our time every Monday. And I want you to know that viewers appreciate you. They really do for getting out there and being visible. And I don't want to leave this out because I want to say it publicly that you're allowing us to follow you in the truck is working. People are talking. So I need you to know that like what you're doing is an amazing thing. All right.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
So what you got for us on tonight? We know that your lovely wife will be joining you on tonight. And so we're gonna let you go on and get it started and she'll join us in the conversation. So
Sure. Good evening, Electric James Inspirational Talk Show audience. Ms. James, Ms. Jacqueline, thank you all so much, Ms. Electra, James and Ms. Jacqueline, thank you all so much for allowing me to be on the show again. Tonight, Monday night conversations with the candidate. To your listening audience and viewing audience, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us as well. We're in a very exciting time as we are approaching the final stretch of the candidacy for Galveston County Judge. We'll be prayerfully be elected on November the 8th, election day. We have to share with you tonight concerning polling locations, election days, and early voting days, as well as times and locations. The official was voted on the day at the Galveston County Commissioner's Court. It wasn't held at the seat of Galveston County. It was held in League City. The county judge moved it to League City to the annex location where they're under construction of a facility, a portable facility there in League City. And so we're excited to be able to share that information with you, as well as our campaign platform, our vision, what we're doing in the campaign, where we're headed in the campaign, and what we've already accomplished, and how intricately important the success of our campaign is to your involvement in the campaign, your participation, and the reality that every vote counts, and how we are in the push of our lives. We're in the race of our lives, because we need every person that's eligible, 17 years of age and 10 months and older. That if you are not registered to vote and you are eligible to vote, please register to vote. Go to kingforcountyjudge.com, kingforcountyjudge.com, and then you can scroll down to where it says election or voting, and you can check. You can put your information in those spaces. It will connect us with the main motherboard to check, make sure your name is on the election roll. If you're not, you can be linked to register to vote, and you can register to vote from my website. It connects you to the link so that you can be eligible to vote on October 24th through November the 4th, or election day, November the 8th. My name is William H. King III, and I'm excited to be your candidate for Galveston County Judge. kingforcountyjudge.com is my website. WH King 2022, WH King 2022 is my social media link that connects you with my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so that you can be abreast with, as Ms. Electra shared with you a moment ago, that you can be abreast with my movements on a regular basis throughout the county as to where I'm going, whether it's to northern Galveston County, eastern Galveston County, western or southern Galveston County, or central Galveston County. You'll know what I'm engaging in. This past weekend was a beautiful whirlwind weekend. We started off Saturday morning in Friendswood with the beautiful voters and residents of Friendswood with a prayer breakfast at the Queen of Angels Church, excuse me, there in Friendswood. Had a great breakfast. Senator Larry Taylor, Senate District 11, was the guest speaker for that. And guess what? They invited me to speak for them, the Friendswood prayer breakfast, in the month of October. So I'm excited that third Saturday in October, I will be their guest speaker for the Friendswood Prayer Breakfast. I encourage all of you to join us. We'll surely share that information with you, as well as where we're going to be in October. You can go to the Friendswood Prayer Breakfast website, and they have a list of their meeting days and locations, and you can also get their there from their website. So we're excited to be able to talk to Friendswood residents. We're looking for places in League City. If you live in League City and you have a civics organization, residential neighborhood civic association, please, ma'am, please, sir, invite me to your next meeting. If you want to have a meeting in your home or meeting in your backyard, or you want to meet at Starbucks, you want to have a meeting at the pizza parlor, wherever you like to host a meeting, please encourage voters to know that I am willing to come to you. Have vehicle, will travel.
That's all right.
We will show up with you at your location to share with your voters. There's nothing like an educated voter going to the poll, and we will share with you the facts. I'm not a mudslinging candidate. I deal with just the facts, the truth, so you can make an intelligent decision. We're excited that we shared with the Friendswood Saturday morning. Then Saturday morning, we left Friendswood and drove to Dickinson. We shared with a group of churches in Dickinson, the House of Hope, Mount Olive, Greater St. Matthews, House of Hope in League City, Greater Hope in Dickinson Church. We were able to share.
Oh, he got
I
knocked
lost
out.
you. Actually, we've been knocked off of YouTube again. I'm checking it.
Okay. Can we
I'm
get him back
sorry.
on?
Yeah, he might just have to dial back in. He's gonna have to just dial back in,
Okay.
and you might want to send him a text and let him know that.
I'm gonna do it. Right.
Okay.
There you go. It knocked us out for some reason, Reverend King.
Yeah. Oh,
You
someone called me and I tried to block the call, and it blocked both of your calls.
Well, we got knocked off of YouTube for just a second there too. I'm working on it. I'm on top of it though.
Hey, my stopping one call knocked you off YouTube?
No, no,
Mm-mm.
no.
It's something
It
going
wasn't.
on with YouTube now, but
We're back on YouTube. We're back.
Okay. We
So
are
as I was
recording
saying,
though.
we were in
Yes, we're recording, and then we're back on YouTube now, so we're okay.
Fantastic. So as I'm sharing with you, we were in Dickinson. We had churches from League City, Dickinson, churches from Hitchcock that were present, some churches. And we got just to share our message on the campaigning. And then we left there and went back to Friendswood that evening for meeting additional voters in Friendswood. So we were in Friendswood twice on Saturday. And then I had a group of people on Sunday that I had a chance and opportunity to talk to. So I'm excited that people are motivated and they're ready. Vote. Many people that I spoke with, I was giving them a push card to say, listen, Candidate King, I know who you are. I've heard your message. I've seen you on the Electric James Inspirational Talk Show. I've seen you on other talk shows. I've watched you on Facebook. I know your message. I'm going to vote for you. And so I'm excited that is resonating and reaching, and in reality for so many voters that they are ready for election day if it were today or tomorrow. And so I'm excited, and I hope you would listen to my campaign platform very quickly. I'm focusing on flood mitigation resiliency in two capacities. One, that we will identify based upon the topography of Galveston County. We would look at how we can move water from areas that flood prone, have a tradition in flooding, flood prone to flooding, to be able to say we're going to create a place where water can be detained or hydraulically moved for the conveyance of water into that location and out of our homes, off of our streets, so that we are not flooding our businesses and our residential dwelling. That creates the highest dollar tag for recovery after a flood and after a hurricane. And so we want flood mitigation resiliency. We want to be successful in saving the most valuable property that our voters have, which is their homes, their businesses. And so if we do that, we're going to do that through flood mitigation resiliency on moving water. Second, we're going to get the Ike Dike funded so that we can see the reality of its success along the coast, the coastal spine. Proven product that has worked in various locations, and we believe it can, hello? We can believe it can work again
Yes.
in Galveston County. In Galveston County, it's not a matter of if it's going to be a hurricane, it's a matter of when it's going to be a hurricane
Yes.
and how well prepared. We want to be proactive as a county judge and not reactive. Sir, we saw dialogue today on Commissioner's Court where the judge was talking about what he wants to do and going to Austin and ask for, listen, it's time that we have a fresh, new leadership.
Yes.
We've had the same for the last 12 years. It is what it is. You either
Mhm.
have it or you, and at this point, we know you don't, and no need to try to create highlights and
Mhm.
points when you had a chance to be successful and you didn't. So we want to move forward in Galveston County. We want people to be for county judge, king for county judge, and we want to encourage you that we're going to have fresh, transparent, common sense leadership that involves people. So that's our campaign is restoring democracy in Galveston County. We are better together. We're going to make a lasting difference. And how we're going to do that? Through flood mitigation resiliency.
Mhm.
One, we're going to identify locations within the county based upon the engineering studies that will identify where we can move water to get it out of the homes and the businesses of our county. Second, we're going to work with senators, state
Good.
representatives. We're going to work with our national congressional leaders and our national senators in Washington, D.C., and working with others. We're going to meet with them. We're going to share with them the importance of being proactive, working on the front end rather than the back end, rather than trying to bring FEMA in after the hurricane. We're going to try to tap into those resources to say, let's be proactive. Let's stop. Let's prevent. Let's stop waiting until after a storm comes and have billions of dollars of damages when we can prevent that and save hundreds of millions of dollars by people not having to leave their home, not having to leave their neighborhoods because they are not in harm's way. Or come back to a house that's not flooded, come back to a business that isn't flooded because we were proactive and we prevented flood waters from entering to their homes and their business. That's good, sound, logical leadership. And that's what
Yes.
William King would bring. And so secondly, we will bring also economic development sustainability. By electing William N. King III as your county judge, we will focus on economic development sustainability. We'll be working with the Chamber of Commerces within Galveston County, and we will work with them to create businesses for their municipal areas as well as the county, because it's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
We more than just two Amazons in Galveston County. As large as Galveston County is, we should have more than just 2 or 3 warehouse locations for large businesses within
That's
Galveston
right.
County. We
Mhm.
greater business move. We have property right now on Broadway in Galveston, the city of Galveston, that the county owns that they're not using. There's property just sitting there. We could be
Yeah.
doing something positive, productive, that's progressive in leadership scope that will help create economic development. What does it do? For the municipalities, for the cities, it creates ad valorem taxes. It creates sales tax. And it creates jobs. It's just good, sound leadership,
Mhm.
transparent leadership. As your county judge, we're going to work with HGAC. We're going to work with Workforce Solutions. We're going to work with corporations and businesses. And we're going to say to them, Galveston County is a place where you can locate, and we will have a pool of people that's ready to enter the workforce to work on behalf of your business in Galveston County, where they can work, play, and stay. That's economic development sustainability. And then we're going to include our young people. We have so oftentimes neglected, negated, and left our young people on the back burner. It's time to put our young people where they belong because they are the future of today. And so we want to say to them, when you a high school or when you go to a charter school in Galveston County, that you can graduate, you can go off and get your education right here at College of the Mainland or Galveston College. You can get your certification to work in the plants, or you can get your nursing degree to work in the hospitals. UTMB is the largest employer in the medical field in Galveston County, 13,000, nearly 14,000 employees, and they're ready to hire more. I've met with Dr. Raymer's office, Mouton, and Mr. Doug Matthews, and we cited that they are a powerful partner in Galveston County that we'll be working with. And so we're excited to say that we will work with the employer, the companies, bring them to Galveston County, allow our young people who are graduating from college and trade schools to work in these particular companies. So that's a place where they can work, and then work with the developers who are building condominiums, apartments, homes, to say our young people are concerned about smart homes. They have smartphones, smart
Yes.
cars, smart televisions, smart televisions, smart AC units, smart alarm systems. And so create a home where they live and enjoy the amenities that meet their quality of life. They can look at their phone in the grocery store and know what's missing in the refrigerator. That's a smart
Yes.
refrigerator. That's
Yes.
Galveston to the 21st century. So we've already created a place where they can work. Now we're creating a place where they can stay.
Yes.
And so
That's
the
good.
third component is now you have a condominium, you have a home, an apartment designed just for your dwelling. And then thirdly, we create a place where young people can enjoy the quality of life. If they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or if they have a
Yes.
significant partner, or married and they have children, you want a
Mhm.
place where you can take your children, a park where you can take your children, amusement park where you can take your children. You want to be able to enjoy the movies. Again, now you have a place where you can work, where you can stay, and then where you can play. We
Yes.
enjoy the varieties and qualities that our county will bring. What will this do? This will create an enormous attraction for other young people to say, I want to live in Galveston County because I'm not treated as a number. I'm treated as a person that somebody is catering and responding to my needs as a young person. Their lifespan is much longer than mine. And so they'll be able to enjoy the qualities and amenities of Galveston County as a designated county location. Can you
Yes.
imagine that Galveston County will be the top 5 designated locations to live for young people?
Yes. Yes.
Where
That's
they can
awesome.
employment. Yes, where they can enjoy employment, where they can enjoy a place where they can live, enjoy a place where they can enjoy the quality recreational living. And so that's the second component. The third component is accountability in leadership, accountability in transparent leadership. I'm William H. King III. Galveston has certainly not had that transparent leadership or the leadership that listens to the constituents, listens to the voters. Galveston
Exactly.
County Commissioners and the clerk, Galveston County elected clerk for the courts, was asking the judge and the commissioner's court to increase the pay of an employee that had been promoted. So they would do the work, but they weren't paid. The judge said, no, it's not part of our policy, and we shouldn't do it right now because in a couple of weeks we'll be dealing with budget. And they were just going back and forth. I'm saying, come on, take care of your people. I will be the leader that will take care of my employees. Because when you take care of your employees takes care of the county. That's just the way it works. You can't expect employees to work month in and month out for a salary that they can't keep a roof over their heads. They can't keep food on their table. They can't continue to pay a high premiums for insurance. You've got to pay them a marketable wage so they can provide an excellent service for the county. And so it's important
County judge will be joined.
the people are taken care of as county employees. And so you'll have transparent leadership. You have leadership that's open, logical, clear, so you will be able to know that someone is representing you as your county judge, doing the right thing by voting for King.
I know that's right. Yes.
Excited. People are joining. We're going to be going block walking this weekend. We're going to participate in knocking on in. So we're certainly excited. I need more to go to kingforcountyjudge.com, and I need more people to volunteer to be a part of our campaign, knocking on doors, sending out thank you cards, making phone calls, sending out text messages, working with us as volunteers in our campaign will help us to cross the finish line. Listen, it is not an easy fight. It's not an easy race. Galveston County is 40, but I'm thankful for the Republicans who are hearing my message, for the Democrats who are hearing my message, for the independents who are hearing my message. We have got to move away from this nonsense existence of division in Galveston County to common leadership in Galveston County. Enough is enough. It's time to bring people together. What's happening on the national, what's happening on the state level, and what's happening on the county level has to come to a stop. And you need leaders like myself who will work to bring us together, who will work to unify parties and people work together. It's sad we live in a day and age that people are neighbors.
Mhm.
People work a job. People go to the same church, and yet we're divided.
Yes.
And we're allowing the divisiveness of the parties to create a greater wedge between individuals. It's time to realize we have more in common than we don't have in common.
That's
so it's
right.
time for us to bridge the gap. It's time for us to bridge the gap and work together so we can all get along. We can all move Gallup County forward into a better and brighter future. We're not talking about going out and slashing taxes. We're not talking about going out and just spending all the money. We're talking
Right.
about being wise,
Yes.
using wisdom. Right? We're not talking about dividing people based upon ethnicity. We're talking about unifying people based upon Galveston County, that we are better together. And as a result, electing William H. III for your Galveston County judge, you will have that kind of leader. You will have a total package, right?
Yes.
You have somebody with 21 years of municipal leadership in the city of Dickinson, mayor pro tem twice. You have somebody who knows how to lower taxes, somebody who knows how to balance the budget, somebody who knows how to work with department heads, somebody who knows how to take care of the needs of a municipality, somebody who's built a city hall, somebody who's built a water district facility, somebody who's built a library, somebody who's built a fire station on the east side of Dickinson to ensure those who live on the east side of the railroad tracks could have fire response in a timely manner in the event a train crosses the track at the same time a fire engine is trying to cross the track. So you already have a fire station on the east side. Somebody who knows how to use common leadership. They're still grappling over Pelican Island Bridge. Pelican Island Bridge is in need of replacement. Is in need of replacement. Bring the party to the table. Have the dialogue. You can't be arrogant and rude, condescending, and mean. You got to learn how to work with people on the congressional level, work with people on the state house level, work with people on the state senate level, work with your gubernatorial candidate, and be able to work the project so it benefits the citizens. The last thing you want to have is people stranded on Pelican Island, have to use a ferry to get across Pelican Island Bridge. Are you serious? In the 21st century, they just need leadership. You have a total package, not just 21 years of municipal leadership, but a person who served 8 years on the board of Houston Galveston Council, a person who served as vice chair of the council, chair-elect, and chairman of the board, who's processed hundreds of millions of dollars from the federal government and state government to the local 13 county municipal counties. And we're just excited that we know how to work with county judges. We know how to work with county commissioners. We know how to work with mayors and council members. We know how to work with school board trustees and superintendents. We know how to work with people who are passionate. We need a leader that's transparent and that will be able to lead with clear, concise, intelligible leadership and not arrogant and rude. We'll have that in William H. King III for Galveston County leadership. And so we want to be able to do that with common sense kind of leadership. Not only have I served as city councilman, not only have I served as the chairman of the board of HGC, 30 years.
Yes.
30 years. 30 years I've had the serving as the pastor of the Great Hill Baptist Church, working with multiple people from multiple backgrounds, with multiple educational backgrounds, multiple economic statuses. And so I know how to work with people. I just know how to listen. The key to working with people, average people, you got to know how to listen.
That's
so
right.
I am a listener. I'll sit down and I'll talk to you. We'll work it out and we'll come to a consensus and we'll move forward. And so as a result, you have somebody that is a consensus builder. And then you'll also have someone who has not only served in that capacity, but I've worked with community leaders. I work with pastors. I work with county judges, JP court judges. I work with district judges. And so I know how to work with leadership. I know how to work with lay leadership, and I know how to work with people. And we will be the kind of county judge that you will be proud of. We'll have a program where we can have fair. We can have a county event, bring people together. We can have a county fair with a county musical, bring bands and people to have food, bring food trucks, have a great time, build our county.
Yes.
Our county. We are better together. Whether you like country music, whether your genre is jazz music or soul music, whether your genre is R&B music, no matter where you are, we'll bring in singers, we'll bring in food trucks, we'll bring in games, we'll bring in vendors. We'll bring people from all over the county and all around the region, from Chambers County, Matagorda County, Missouri, and bring in all across Texas to hear the music, to eat the food, enjoy the items that the vendors will have. And we will have a great county event under my leadership that will work together with all people.
That's good.
I'm excited. I'm ready, as they say, Monday nights. Are you ready for this?
You ready for this?
You know, one of the things, Reverend King, that I really like that you're saying and that you continue to say is you're not talking about just heading up to Austin and seeing what they can do for you in Austin. You're talking about what you can do for the people here.
Right.
Yes.
Rather than just waiting and waiting until somebody shows up to do it.
Yes.
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 I really appreciate that. I like that. That is what I believe we need in our local government.
Yes, ma'am.
Is we need people who are going to stop passing the buck.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, Jacqueline.
Let the buck stop with them.
I applaud you. Excellent. We're stop. And leadership should never pass the buck, because leadership, one of the 7 habits of highly effective people, is not only thinking things through, but it's preparing for the next event.
Yes.
And so as people, you're thinking about what could be the next challenge down the road that we need to start today, resolving for tomorrow. And that's what kind of leadership we've lacked. That's the kind of leadership we've lacked in Galveston County that we're going to bring. When you sent a letter to Austin saying you want to have no new revenue because the appraised value is going through the roof, people's home values are going through the roof, and as a result of the appraised value going through the roof, we got all this huge revenue coming into Galveston County, but yet the employees are having a difficult time getting help with paying their premiums for health insurance. And the county is paying 79% of health insurance. Employees are paying 21%, but now you want the employees to pay 30%, so the county only pays 7% because you don't have the money to do it, but yet you got $100 million sitting in your surplus, and now you're saying we need to go to Austin to say we need more help. Listen, be a leader.
Yes.
Step up to the plate.
Right.
Do what leaders do. Help resolve the problems, not pass the buck.
That's
So I'm going to be that kind of work with my department heads. I'm going to work with our grant writers. I'm going to work with our county leaders. We're going to forecast the county over across 2 year span of time. We're going to work to make Galveston County a stronger, a better, a brighter, a bigger place to be. And people can be proud of Galveston County. William H. King III for Galveston Judge. King for countyjudge.com. My wife is coming.
And I like that. What is that? That little phrase that you live, work, and play in Galveston County.
Yes, yes.
I like that.
Yes. And I believe and the focus is on, but I want to say to your listening audience who are veterans, I want to say to your listening audience that we're going to be working with the Veterans Court. We're going to be working with the DWI Court. We're going to be working, encouraging support with the Juvenile Court. We're going to work across Galveston County. We're working with superintendent of schools. That's not my jurisdiction. Of course not. Galveston County Judge is not jurisdiction. But what does it hurt to work with the superintendents of the 5 school districts in Galveston County and the charter school superintendents in Galveston County? Say, hey, let's come up with a plan in the event of a disaster that we can make sure we save lives and we can make sure we move people out of harm's way. What's wrong with that leader? We don't have it today. But when you elect William H. King III as your next Galveston County judge, you will have it. But young people, we're going to be focusing on young people, working with young people coming out of college, working with businesses, working with developers to say we want a place in Galveston County where our young people can work, be employed, make a honest living to support and sustain their lively quality of life, and a place where they can stay and a place where they can play, work, play, and stay. William King.
Reverend King, if you get elected, I may just have to move back to Galveston County.
All right.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, you know, the beauty of you coming on, it's like getting ready for Monday Night Football. You come ready. And that's the beauty, because it's conversations with the candidate. And, you know, it's you coming on and you're not just sitting here. You literally are telling people what you're doing, what your goals are, what, you know, you're trying to get them to connect, and they are connecting. And by letting people know where you are, keeping your face out there. And when I see you on Facebook Live, I say, okay, he in the truck. He finna give us some information here. And it just makes you feel so good to have a candidate who is not just saying, vote for me. You are working for the people. You are working for the vote. You're not taking anything for granted. And that helps too, because you involve us. And that makes people feel like I really am a part. I really am. So, you know, we
Yeah.
really grateful, myself and Jackie, and I've heard it from viewers, you know, just like
Yes.
I was talking this morning on In the Heat of the Night. You know, my subject title this morning for words of inspiration and encouragement. And, you know,
Sure.
they worked off of a low budget, but look how
Yes.
popular that show became because they used what they had. They didn't just give up. They
Yes.
used what they had people like they took one person that played with 2 or 3 different people. But that's the way that
Yes.
I can relate to what you are doing. You might not have the money that a lot of politicians have, but you are taking what you have and making it happen. And the major piece, you are
Hey.
involving everybody. Everybody. You're giving
Yes.
everybody a window of opportunity. That's the beauty of your campaign. Me and Jackie talk about you all the time. We get excited about, you know, you coming on Mondays. And it's a beautiful thing.
Excellent.
It's a beautiful thing because this
Yeah.
is an information podcast. It is. It's an information
is.
podcast. And people
Yes.
want, believe it or not, people want information. I hear it all
Yes.
the time. Like,
Yes.
man, like, I'm so glad you do that. I'm so glad it's not about talking about things that I really don't even want to hear people talking about because they too personal. And my thing is people do their thing, but I'm gonna do my thing on this end. And Jackie knows it because I always tell her I'm not getting in front of God. He gave me this vision as far as words of
Yeah.
inspiration and encouragement and allowing people a platform
Yes.
to come to. And, you know, you tell your own story. The concept on Electric James Inspirational Talks is you drive the car. We just keep you from going in the ditch. That's it.
Good job. Good job. Good job. I so appreciate that, Mr. Elector James. I so appreciate your vision and Jacqueline working to support your vision and you're partnering to educate people. Because I believe in order to elevate, you got to educate.
That's
I believe
right.
the one that goes, the one that knows, one that grows is the one that glows. The one that glows is the one that shows. And so we can make a certainly a greater and more powerful society. And so people right now know on the national level, they're dealing with issues like Roe versus Wade. On the state level, they're dealing with legislative laws that have been used to make voting less attractive, make it more difficult. And so they're tired. They're tired of being attacked. They're tired of being oppressed. They're tired of being challenged. They're tired of the government working against them. They want a government to work with them and on their behalf, for the people, by the people, right? We, the citizens of the United States of America. And so I want to be the county judge that works to help people. People are my passion, right? And that's the purpose of the county judge commissioners is to help the citizens, to help the people. And so we want to do that. We want to service the needs of the people by way of roads and bridges, by way of the tax office, and by way of the people getting their tags for their cars, and by way of people paying the taxes on their property, the people that provide the services and provide the amenities that they need to get into the office and not have to deal with long lines. They have to make sure they're staffed properly, make sure they're functioning properly, make sure the internet is functioning properly, so that people don't have to wait in long lines or have to come back because the internet is down. It's important to have good leadership, to work with people where they are.
Yes.
They want jobs, bring jobs to Galveston County.
Yes,
they want to be
that's
able to
right.
work. I'm not talking about working where they can barely survive. Listen, if you're making $20,000 a year, it's too difficult. You're below the salary range for survival in America, right? And so you've got to be jobs that provide salaries. God bless our teachers. They are working and not being compensated for the work that they're doing. And I'm grateful that they're well overdue. They haven't had raises in years. And so it's important we do what's right for our employees. I learned in the United States Marine Corps, you as a leader, I was a gunnery sergeant, was to take care of your troops. Take care of your troops. As a supervisor in the post office, take care of your employees. Take care of your employees. As a pastor, take care of your people. So when you're in leadership, you're in the responsibility area of taking care of your people, because your people are the ones that take care of you.
Exactly.
Right?
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
in William III. You know, I'll know where you are. I'll know what you're going through, and we'll work to try to help resolve the issues and challenges that you're going through. And so that's the kind of county judge I will be, and providing that kind of leadership, those kind of services. I will not abuse my power. I will not send monies to the border when it's the job of the federal government to take care of the border. If you want to take care of the border, run for governor.
Yes, yes.
Listen, the border is 1,192 miles from Galveston County.
I didn't
Did you hear
even
me?
know that. Did you know that, Jackie?
No,
Galveston.
I didn't.
So why am I trying to take care of a location of the state of Texas that's that far away and try to use issues to justify my abuse of power by not collaborating with my health director for Galveston County and put that on a resolution and use it as my declaration for disaster in order to justify releasing those funds? Because other than that, I couldn't release those funds.
Right.
Rather than that, take care of Galveston County. Listen,
That's right.
we have people in Texas City, Lamar, in Galveston County with people dying from gun violence. Work with the law enforcement agencies, since you want to use law enforcement agencies, work with your law enforcement agencies in Galveston County, state and federal level, and bring together a coalition to help address the crime rate in Galveston County.
Yes.
Work with your municipal mayors and municipal law enforcement, and let's fund this program to bring the collaboration to say we're going to reduce the gun violence. We're going to reduce drugs coming into Galveston County. We're going to reduce child trafficking. You saw with that gentleman, that man, that individual, that male, took a 3-year-old girl from her apartment, took her to a hotel, and was in the bed with her in his boxer shorts. God bless that little 3-year-old, and may she have the counseling she needs to overcome that traumatic. This weekend.
Oh, I didn't
Just
see
this
it.
weekend.
This weekend. So have a coalition to address the crime issues, to reduce the crime issues, so the citizens that you have that are trying to live legitimately can enjoy the quality of life without worrying about having to deal with those kind of behaviors while they're shopping at the store, or while they're leaving their jobs, or while they're on their way to the bank, or while they're leaving the bank. That's the kind of leadership Galveston County needs. That's the kind of leadership I'll bring. Not 1,192 miles away, trying to set a coalition of constables and deputies and state troopers and pay them while they're away, and they're off there having issues, challenges with accidents and getting injuries, when we need the help right here in Galveston County, right? Right here in Galveston County. That's what the jurisdiction of Galveston County. That's the kind of leader you're going to get in William H. King III. Be on site, be on the job, be available to make sure Galveston doesn't lose money through scams, right?
Right.
Doesn't lose $1,000 through scam. Over $500,000 loss of taxpayers' money because there was no leadership at the job.
Right.
There was no leader at the head. There was no leader in position. That shouldn't happen. There should be areas we can cross T's and dot I's, where we got checks and balances to make sure we're not losing $500,000 of taxpayers' money because we're not on the job.
Right.
Stop being so concerned about county seat to League City versus taking care of the job right here in Galveston County.
Exactly.
That's the kind of leader you're going to have in third. People that will work to have citizens of Galveston County. I'm not slinging mud. I'm just giving you the facts.
Yes.
I'm giving you the truth.
That's true.
And if you're going to 12 years ago, I'm only going to run for 1 term. I'm only going to run for 2 terms. I'm not a career politician. Against a man who had been county judge for 10 years. And you accuse him of being a career politician, having served 10 years as a county judge. And now you're 12 years trying to get 4 more years. That's 6 years.
Yes.
So did you believe what you were saying 12 years ago? Or were you just saying it to bamboo, hoodwink, and blind the people to the truth? And in your heart, you really want to be the county for 16 years.
Yes.
In my leadership, you have transparency. In my leadership, you have the leadership of presence.
Yes.
Working with departments, sheriff, clerks, treasurers.
Yes. Yes.
Working with people for the betterment of Galveston County. And I encourage you, listen, I know our time is limited. You're watching this program and you voted, hats off to you.
Yes.
I applaud you. You watch the program and you didn't vote in the presidential election or the last midterm. We need every person. This is such a critical election. Every vote Every vote counts. Believe me, ma'am. Believe me, sir. Believe me, young lady. Believe me, young man. Believe me, young
Yes.
high school. Believe me, college student. Your vote
Vote
counts.
counts.
It's time we send a message to our county. It's time we send a message to our state that we want leadership that we can count on. Leadership
Right.
that will look out to take care of us, make sure we are moving to the betterment of our county. That's
Yes.
the kind of leader you are. And William.
And you know, the thing of it is we look at it like we have to look at it like this. When you have someone who's given it all that they have, and that's what you are doing.
Yes.
You're giving it all
Yeah.
that you have, Reverend King. And because you are giving it all that you have, it's nothing else nobody can ask for. And I don't know if your wife gonna make it on tonight or not. I do want to just say this. You're doing an awesome job. And I pray to God that you don't think that what you are doing is not making a difference. Because what you are doing is making a difference. I get excited. I know other people that are getting excited. And all of the work that you are doing, it is not in vain. Your work is not in vain. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I hear stuff. I hear the chatter. I hear people talking. And guess what? They're saying positive things. And one thing I need to ask you too, while I was on here, I was talking to my sister-in-law. You know, the thing that y'all are having on the 27th, could you give some information on that? Because I told her I would ask you tonight when you came on about the thing on the 27th that y'all are having.
Yes. Yes, if I may be so permitted to share just a few announcements.
Sure,
tomorrow is tomorrow of the 23rd is Taco Tuesday at Esteban's Fiesta Shack. They're on Highway FM 518 at Highway 3. It's gonna be tomorrow from 3:30. I'm sorry, from 5:30 to 9 p.m. 5:30 to 9 p.m. On the 27th, we're having a Meet the Candidate at the Amber and Oaks Community Center in Texas City on North Golden Oaks, hosted by Lakeisha Paul, trustee for TCISD, and Derek Rose, constable of Galveston County. That's going to be on the 27th from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. The public is certainly welcome and invited to come. I'll also be attending a block walk with Keith Henry on the 27th from 8 a.m. To 10 a.m. And we're looking forward to that, the block walk. We're also going to be having a football game. I'll be attending. Texas City is playing Friendswood. And so my campaign is going to be at the football game as talking to fans as they come up to both sides of the stadium, sharing with them our campaign and asking them for their support and their vote. And listen, you said it a moment ago, my campaign isn't like my opponent's campaign, the incumbent. He has a war chest. I don't have a war chest. I just filed to run in December. I just started my campaign in January. And so since January, I've been on the road. I've been working. I've been trying to have meetings, campaign meetings. We're raising money, but we need so much more money. Have to raise $100,000, and we're knocking on the door now of about $48,000, almost $50,000. We still have $50,000 more to raise. If you can donate 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, oh, God bless you. We need your help to purchase additional signs, yard signs, campaign signs, push cards, make phone calls. There's so much more we got to do. But you're right, Electra James. We are using what we have. God asked Moses, he said, what do you have? What do you have in your hand? And so I've got to use what I have. I'm using what I have, and I'm trying to make it work. I came from a poor family. Mom didn't have much, dad didn't have much, but oftentimes they would take leftovers and make a meal out of it.
Yeah.
They would take brown meal and make cookies. And And so I know what it's like eating leftovers. I know what it's like eating couscous. I know what it's
Yes.
like taking the little you have and make a meal out of it. And so I'm
Yes.
taking what I have, working with it.
And
We're knocking on doors. We're making phone calls. We're meeting veterans. We're meeting school teachers. We're meeting high school students. We're meeting college students. We're meeting firefighters. We're meeting people from all qualities of life and places of life, and to share with them our campaign. And so that's grassroots campaign, door to door, get in the voters' face, trying to text them, trying to email them, trying to make a phone call to them, try to get in their face, knocking on the doors, meeting them in different locations to ask them for their vote. Listen, Galveston County is 60-40 historically. I've got to get 20%,
okay.
20% of the Republican. I need 20% of the Republican vote. I need every Democrat to vote for William
Okay.
H. King III, Galveston County Judge. I need every independent. I need every moderate to vote for William H. King III. It's time for a change. If you think we are better off 12 years later with higher taxes, with higher appraised values, with greater crime, with fewer jobs, with
Yes.
lack of service, and you've been treated properly as an employee of the county, if you think you've been treated properly as a person who's trying to do business with the county, if you think you've been treated with quality and customer service, then you know that William H. King III is your candidate for the next Galveston County Judge. I'm not asking you to vote for me because I'm African American. I'm not asking you to vote for me because I'm a male. I'm not asking you to vote for me because I served in the United States Marine Corps for 10 years, a combat veteran. I'm not asking you to vote for me because I did 21 years as a city councilman, mayor pro tem twice. I'm not asking you to vote for me because I was the chairman of the board for HGAC. I'm asking you to vote for me because I was a pastor for 30 years. I'm asking you to vote for me because I'm ready to help you to make a change. I'm qualified. I have the credentials. I have the awareness and the ability. I'm connected with county judges. I'm connected with county commissioners. I'm connected to in the state of Texas with state senators and state House of Representatives. I'm connected with federal senators and congressional leaders. I'm already there.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
already ready to
And we thank you.
move in the right direction. I'm ready to work with the Commissioner's Court. I'm ready to work with the staff. I'm ready to work with the leaders of Galveston County who have businesses and companies and corporations and citizens who want to do business with Galveston County. Let's take Galveston County higher. Let's say right now, today, that better days are ahead of us.
All right.
Better days.
What?
I said better days.
Better
So let's do
days.
the right thing. Do the right thing. Better days.
Okay, that's a good
We are.
thing.
And I think
Go ahead,
I'm gonna say,
Jackie.
Reverend King, to me, one of the biggest things is that you are present
Yes.
in the county. You are present in the working of the county right now.
Mhm.
You're
Right
not
now. Right now.
you're not saying, I will start doing this. You're saying you are already in action. You are already
Absolutely.
working. And I think that's something that no matter what political party you espouse to,
Yeah.
what we all want is someone who is present. We want our
Yes.
politicians to be present.
Yes.
And that is something that you are. You are present in
Yes.
you're walking the walk and talking the talk.
Yes.
Jacqueline,
that's
you're so right.
What
So right.
matters.
Yes. You're so right. Everywhere I've gone to 17 cities in Galveston County. I've gone to every city in Galveston County. And that's the one theme, Jacqueline, that I hear is I've not seen the county judge. Who is the county judge? I've been here for 35 years. I've not seen the county judge. That's an embarrassment. That's an indictment. That's proof that the judge is not on his job. He wants people to come to him when the job of the county judge is to get out in the county. Talk to the people.
That's right.
Just talk to the corporate. Talk to the citizens, talk to the rest. Listen to the pulse, listen to the sound of the county. Put your finger on the pulse needs of the county. And so I have been there, and they're excited to know that I'm there now. I'll be there as a county judge. And that's
well, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. We've got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But it has been a wonderful conversation with the candidate.
Yeah.
So we come back and do this all over again on next Monday at 7:30
Same time. Same show. Same
Friday night Monday night football. What you say, Jackie?
What I am excited about us continuing every week is that more and more stuff is happening in the, school started this week.
Yeah.
We've got a
Yes.
hurricane out in the Gulf. We've got,
Yeah.
there are things that we need to talk about,
Yes.
how we're going to address those things. So I'm
County
really
health.
grateful
Yes.
that,
County
that you're coming on again and again so that we can address what's current right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Pelican
Now,
Island Bridge.
We won't be
Yes.
on Memorial Day. So that's the day.
Labor
we
Day.
won't- we-
Labor Day.
It's Labor Day, sorry. So that day you will get a break, Reverend King, to spend with your family.
All right.
Because that's a holiday.
Right.
So we won't be on that
Okay.
Monday, but we jump right back on that following Monday. And so now we're gonna have to get off before Zoom cut us off.
Yes.
Thank you.
But thank y'all.
Thank you so much, Electric James Inspirational Talk Show. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Thank you so much, listening audience, for giving me the moment to listen to the platform, to be able to share with you. I pray that you would go to kingforcountyjudge.com and sign up to be with us today. And donate on our ActBlue account, or make sure you register to vote. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.